Alright, so now in this lesson we're gonna go over keywords. It is finally the stage when we're gonna start building. It is just our first step towards building our channel. It is gonna be a relatively long process. Overall, it's gonna take you 2 or 3 hours if you're really gonna be taking your time, and it's really worth it. You're only going to do this once, but anyway, how are we going to do this? First of all, you're gonna need VidIQ. If you haven't gotten an account there just yet, here's my link. You can try it out for 30 days for just $1. And yeah, without VidIQ, this research method is just not possible. So you kind of need this anyway. So it is a no-brainer. You do need this tool. So when you're ready for it, when you're actually going to start your channel, right, just use my link and create the account. That way you're going to save money for the first 30 days. And given the fact that myself, for the first like 5 months, I was only just putting in money and not seeing any profit. Truly, like every 30 days, every month counts. So it is just a great deal for you guys. But anyway, once you create your account, it's pretty self-explanatory. Just click here. You're gonna land here. This is your dashboard. Obviously, for you, it's probably gonna look a bit empty because there is no data just yet. Obviously, just go here on the right side, connect your YouTube account. It's also pretty straightforward. Now, this has nothing to do with the keyword process, but while we add it, while we're talking about installing VidIQ, just also install their plugin. Just literally type in on Google VidIQ and install, not plugin, extension, Chrome extension. So that, for example, you see on my homepage on YouTube, I can see this metric, VPH. It's in Russian, but like it stands for views per hour. And it's obviously super useful when you're doing research actually, and you can literally spot immediately what videos are trending. So if you go on a channel where that has only 10k subscribers, and you immediately spot that one of their videos is doing like 1,000 views per hour, something like that, that would be an immediate indicator that their video is trending. An additional thing that you should really keep in mind, like why VidIQ is actually super useful when you're uploading a video. Right here on the right side, you're going to have this sort of a checklist, and it really helps you to configure your video the right way and makes it almost impossible to leave out important things. Like for example, my video doesn't have timestamps yet, and it's telling me right here that it doesn't have video chapters. It's called video chapters, things like that. And there's a bunch of more things. For example, I think it helps with tags as well. Yeah, it recommends tags. Right here, it's all built in the YouTube interface. So again, my link is right here. Or down below, wherever it is. So once you got your account with VidIQ, you're additionally going to need Google Docs and Google Sheets. Just at this point, literally go to each and create a blank new document in Google Docs and Google Sheets. No specific configurations are needed just yet. And so, well, actually, before we get into this, let's actually talk about what this process is going to look like. So first of all, we're going to do research and obviously figure out what are the best keywords to use. Then once we figure out what are the best keywords, we're going to cleanse them. And yeah, with the Google Sheets, we're going to do some magic, okay? Filter them out. Then we're going to sort them based on, well, on how good they are, obviously. Then we're going to do analyzing, and finally, we're going to implement. Now, because, I am going to create a bunch of more channels in the future. I'm really planning 3 more channels, to start 3 more channels by the end of 2024. And I have ideas, like niche ideas, but I don't want to just get into them yet and do research for these new channels. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do research for my channel just for demonstrative purposes, like from start to finish. And actually, it's been about a year since I've done this anyway, so it's gonna be interesting to look at if any keywords have actually changed. But generally speaking, you don't need to do this often, if ever again. Like ideally, you can just do this once, especially if you're doing like a truly evergreen channel, right? So for example, some kind of a psychology channel, top 5 psychological tips, you name it. These type of keywords should not change. Myself, they might, like my keywords might change because my niche is just so trending, it's evolving so fast. So if you're going in a niche like mine that is just like booming and evolving rapidly, then yeah, you could do this every year maybe, okay? Not often, even not in this situation. So here are the exact steps we're going to take in order to complete this process. First of all, we're gonna come up with the seed keywords, meaning, so at this point, don't get me wrong, you're just gonna open a Google Doc and you're gonna put down a list of keywords that you come up with yourself. So think of what your viewers would genuinely search for. Think of what you would genuinely search for in this niche. Think of everything you can relating to your video. So I recommend to at least create 20 keywords, but more is better. If you cannot think of at least 20 keywords, you might actually have to rethink the niche idea, or if not necessarily rethink it, but just rethink the packaging and the naming and the trajectory of everything, if it makes sense. So like myself, for example, I started out as a broad how to make money online channel, but then I pivoted towards YouTube automation faceless channels because it's just a more of a sub niche. And at the time I had a big opportunity to just dominate the niche, and it kind of happens. So that's kind of an idea for you. Now the next one is search niche ideas based on just successful YouTube videos. So for example, you might find a niche where people are doing good, but like packaging is missing. It could just look better, it could sound better, right? Thumbnails could be better of someone's of some videos, right? Or again, you could twist everything, like find successful podcast channels, for example, and twist them with AI voiceovers and AI images, stuff like that, ideas like that, right? And also a pro tip, it's gonna make sense in a minute, like some of the parts of this sentence, but basically extremely important to add your brand name. So my brand name is AI Guy as a keyword from day one. And even though it currently has no search traction, and even if it does have search traction, it's not like people are not searching for you if you currently have 0 subs. If you're watching this with an established channel, by the way, and you don't have your actual brand name as the keyword, as a default keyword in every single video and in your channel settings, you absolutely should have that, right? Okay. So, and yeah, again, if you're a brand new channel, your keyword will become, your brand name will become a keyword that is directly associated to your niche and to the popular keyword preset. So for example, myself, first of all, when I started out, obviously 0 people searched for AI Guy. Now, over 700,000 people per month search for AI Guy, which is absolutely mind-blowing. When I was preparing for this presentation and when I saw this number on VidIQ, we're gonna see it in a minute, but it's just absolutely insane, right? But this is what happens, and it's only gonna continue to grow. And this AI Guy is now like a keyword that is directly associated with the YouTube automation and make money on YouTube niches, which are my niches. And when I search for YouTube automation on VidIQ, again, AI Guy shows as a related keyword. In fact, is one of the most popular ones. So that's what happens when you add your brand name as a keyword to the package from day one. So please do that. It's super crucial. Okay, so from here, I actually just wrote out like bullet points of the process that is going to be happening from now. But obviously, I'm just going to proceed to the demonstration part. But if at any point in time you're confused, just come here so that like kind of the overall structure and the order of the process is here for you. But anyway, let's go back now to the Google Chrome. So yeah, actually the first step is, again, you're gonna come up with a list like this. Now myself, I have a little bit of an advantage because I've kind of been doing this for a year, so I have an idea of what exact keywords I need to include. So for example, something very specific like YouTube automation full course. Like if I was a beginner, I'd probably not include this, but because again, my channel is now associated with this keyword, I'm going to include it. But again, just to give you an idea, let's say you're starting from 0. So the first keyword you would write AI Guy and the AI Guy or whatever your brand name is. Do include like 2 variations of your name, right? So the reason I include the AI Guy, I'm not going to show, but like there's another channel on YouTube called the AI Guy. He was existing before I created my channel, right? But he's in a totally different niche. He creates some kind of a Tails AI generated pictures. Like he's doing weird stuff and he has nothing to do with my niche. Nonetheless, he has almost the exact same name, the AI Guy. So I'm getting that traffic as well, okay? So, and next up, how to make money on YouTube. If I'm going into like that's literally a niche, okay? How to make money on YouTube. So that's what you'll naturally write down, okay? Maybe if you want to, what you would search for, okay? So for example, how to create a faceless YouTube channel. I'm a YouTube educator, so like that's perfect for my niche, okay? So those are kind of again, AI tools, AI, ChatGPT, doesn't have anything, it doesn't have to be complex. It does not have to be searching. Like your task for now is to just come up with at least 20 or preferably more keywords again that you would search for, that all of them have to do with your niche, right? But yeah, that's all you got to do for now. Next up is, once you've done that, okay, next up you're gonna create a blank Google Sheets doc. So now, well, I'll show you a little spoiler. I've already done this entire process in advance so that I don't waste too much time. And basically we're aiming to do something like this. This is still not the final version. We're gonna modify it even more, but for our short-term goal, just so you guys have an idea like what we're building towards. This is like what we're doing now, okay? So how do we actually do it? So after you create your account with this amazing link, you're gonna land here on the dashboard, okay? So now we're gonna navigate to the keywords right here on the left, click on here. And so it might be empty for you, or you might just see random keywords. For me, it is obviously configured, as you can see, and connected to my account. And it's just showing the best possible keywords for me, for AI Guy, okay? So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go to our Google Doc and we're gonna start building. All right, so we're gonna copy our first keyword. And again, if you're starting with your brand name as a first keyword, you're probably not gonna see any results here. So, but stick with me anyway, okay? So you're gonna copy your first keyword and just paste it here, press enter, and then you're gonna navigate to the related keywords, okay? From here, you're gonna hold your mouse button and just copy like this entirely and drag it down. And by the way, just to prove my point, like about your brand name, as you can see, as we search for AI Guy, all the terms that pop out are YouTube automation, faceless YouTube channel. So literally my name is now a part of this kind of a, YouTube automation ecosystem, so to speak, which is awesome. And again, to prove my points, search volume 777,000, which is like, bro, like absolutely insane. Anyway, once you've copied all the keywords, we would go to the Google Sheets and navigate to the cell that is A1, essentially, the very first one, and just paste. Now it's gonna look all ugly like this, and the coloring is off, but don't worry about it, we'll fix it later. For now, what you can do is you can, on the left side, select, like hold down on the one and then select the second one. Basically select the first two rows, right click, and then we're gonna delete rows 1 and 2. And just like that, we completed collecting data for the first keyword. So basically what we just did, we collected, well, VidIQ provided us with all keywords that are related to AI Guy, and it gave ratings for it. It gave search volume. So for example, AI Guy is searched for 777,000 times per month. Competition is low for this tag, and the overall score is very good. YouTube automation is searched for 1 million times per month, and the overall score for that is 75. Okay, so yeah, and all these tags are somehow related to the tag AI Guy. Okay, so, and yeah, this is what we're doing. So after you've done that, we're gonna go to the next tag, and we're gonna go here. We're gonna paste that. So yeah, now we're gonna do the same. Make sure, by the way, to start copying from the related keywords. So from the top, not from here, not from somewhere in the middle, but exactly from here. Otherwise, you are going to mess with the Google Sheets, because later on we're going to be applying like a formula or whatever it's called, like a function, using like Google Sheets built-in formulas, whatever. So if you mess with it, if you mess with the table, the formula just might not work out. So it's extremely important to copy like this. Make sure, well, I don't know if export has to be copied like this, but anyway, just drag it down and then copy. Just go to numbers, right click, copy. And now here's an important moment as well. So as you're ready to paste the next batch, navigate right here to the very next cell underneath, the previous batch, then paste. Then what you need to do, this is super important, between pasting each batch, you're gonna have these 3 lines appear. So we're gonna be deleting these rows each time as we paste a batch. I hope it makes sense. Okay, so there should be no spaces in between the batches. Okay, so we should not even be able to identify. Now, you're naturally going to have a lot of duplicates because they're all, keywords from the same niche, same ecosystem. That is fine. Don't worry about it. We're later going to just delete all duplicates within a click of a few buttons. But I hope at this point, this process should make sense to you. As, I would go to keyword number 3, I guess. I can do like a few more with you guys. So pro tip, as you go from, you're going to be going a lot back from Google Docs to VidIQ, and each time as you go back here, naturally your VidIQ is going to be all the way down, and instead of scrolling all the way up like a loser, and trust me, if you're going to have to do this like 20-30 times, it's going to get annoying. So you're going to press on the home button on your keyboard, and immediately you're going to be at the top of your screen. Obviously some of you knew that, but not everybody did. So let's copy now YouTube automation. And yeah, just copy like this, and we're gonna copy, and yeah, that should make sense. Again, I hope so. So I'll delete the rows now, and yeah, your goal is to do that same process now a lot of times for the entire list basically. And at the end, it should look like this. So for me, it took 3,000, whatever, 4,200 rows. Now, actually, I just remembered. By default, I believe Google Sheets only has like 1,000 rows. Is that correct? Yeah, so it only has 1K rows. Now, obviously, it took me 4,000 rows, depending on your niche, because some of my keywords didn't actually have a lot of related keywords. So, it could have been easily 6,000-7,000 rows. Anyway, how do you add more? You scroll all the way down. So on the right side, you drag this thing. My camera is currently blocking, but like this thing, you drag it all the way down. And on the left side here, you're gonna see the thing to add rows. So just click here and whatever, if you need, just add 10,000 rows or 999 like this, so it doesn't glitch, and just click on enter, and it should be plenty. So if you're like following along, this is the point where you pause the video and you just log in, and you, first of all, if you haven't created your list, go ahead and create your list. Again, take your time. If, by the way, there's also, I just remembered, there's also, if you don't want to like necessarily create a list, so for example, or regardless, this is also something you should do. So for example, I always preach analyzing your competition. So let's analyze our competition in this case. So let's go to, for example, Digital Income Project. He's like one of the biggest AI channels as well. And so now I can go to his channel and I can look for YouTube automation related videos like this one, for example. And so if I go to on the right side with the VidIQ's plugin, we can actually see what keywords he uses himself. I think it's now in this tab. Yeah. So if, for example, again, you have no idea what keywords to use, just go to the most successful channels in your niche and literally see what tags they're using in the channel tags, in the video tags, see what works for them. It's a great idea to, like I already mentioned that in the course, by the way, this is how you would do this actually. And a lot of these tags, by the way, are also from this list. So that just verifies my point. So anyway, log in, pause the video if you have to, copy paste a bunch of times. And really, this thing took me no longer than 30 minutes, honestly, maybe even 20 minutes. But this is so much data we can work with now, and we're about to continue modifying this table. So again, if you haven't built this is your time, but we're continuing. Well, the first thing we're gonna do, let's actually make it readable. So first of all, we're gonna press Ctrl A, press any cell, now press Ctrl A. So by pressing Ctrl A, we're gonna select the entire table. Now navigate to the fill color right here and click on reset, and it should reset the color entirely. Now where's the text? So again, while everything is selected, let's go to the text color and choose black, and it should look like this. Now immediately we can go to the column A and delete this column entirely as well. Next up, we can also delete related score column, and we're also going to delete number of words columns because those two are completely useless. And so before we proceed, I mean, you should have it right anyways, but just to make sure, if you mess something up in the process. So yeah, before we proceed, make sure your 4 columns are in this exact specific order. First goes keyword, then search volume, then competition, then the overall score. Just in case you messed them, you tweaked them somehow, just to fix it, you would hold down, like for example, we need competition to be at the end. We hold down C right here, and we just we're on the competition. You gotta hold it down like this, maybe. Yeah, so double click the column and just bring it over like this, and that's how you move them around. So at this point, we have over 4,000 rows, which is obviously too much. A lot of these are duplicates. So let's go here, select cell A1. Now click on Ctrl A to select the entire table. Now go to data. Now go to data cleanup and go to remove duplicates. Now make sure all are selected. They should be by default anyways. And click on remove duplicates. So as we can see, about half was duplicates. Nice. So it's still a lot of rows. So it's about 2,000 rows. And yeah, let's go. First of all, let's sort everything, right? So that the overall score goes descending and it just goes from highest to lowest. Okay, so in order to do that, we're gonna click on D, right click, and we're gonna click on sort sheet Z to A. Now, if you're gonna see this, it's okay. Just select these weird rows that just gonna appear like this with no score. Just delete these, and yeah, like this. Now at this point, before we really go through this list, you could really start classifying your videos. So you can really classify them in 3 ways. So you can classify them as video keywords, as channel keywords, and as series keywords. So for example, a channel keyword would be AI guy, I just saw it somewhere, or Matt Wolf is a channel, obviously, or yeah, AI guy right here, or Dave Nick looks like a channel name, or grow with Kaz. Obviously, I'm gonna have to actually delete these because on YouTube you cannot use keywords like names of other channels as your keyword. It's actually against the rules. And so yeah, those are kind of the classifications. But you see, there's gonna be also a lot of keywords that are completely not related. So for example, Dave Nick is actually someone's nick, so like, or someone's name. So like I cannot use it, right? Or CPA marketing. It's a good keyword, I guess, but it has nothing to do with my channel or Roberto Blake. So I guess before we really start sorting it, what you really need to do is you need to go through this list and delete all unrelated to keywords. So for example, growth operator definitely has nothing to do with my channel. Luma Dream Machine. Okay, so yeah, do that. And I understand. I mean, it's a lot of work if you got to go through 2,000 keywords, but actually 2,000 rows. But actually, you know what? Let's scroll down and I'm gonna take a look. So first of all, we can probably just delete a good half of them. Like I'm just kind of browsing through. These keywords are just not good enough. Like they don't have enough volume, and a lot of them are weird anyways and have nothing to do with my channel. So I'm probably gonna scroll all the way up and delete every single keyword up until well, I'm already seeing CapCut here, but yeah, I guess they don't also have enough search volume. So yeah, they're truly low keywords. So I'm probably gonna delete everything up to keyword 49, to say the least, or probably up to 1,000. So yeah, probably until the 50s is, yeah, right around here is yeah, probably the moment you should actually start looking into keywords. So I'm gonna delete these. Now we still have about over 1,000 keywords left, and even though I still recommend you to go through manually and delete those that don't belong to your channel or your niche, I'm AI guy after all, right? So this process of manually going through would take you another hour. However, if you don't want to do that, we can just use ChatGPT. So this is the prompt that I wrote real quick. It's gonna be right here all the way at the bottom of this Notion chapter. So I will give you data from a Google Sheet. Select out only the keywords that are best related to, and then so the first one, well, let's see how did I configure it. So yeah, so the first two, I guess I did my brand names, then YouTube automation, faceless YouTube channel, and make money on YouTube are all can be classified as video ideas, as series ideas, as channel ideas. Those are absolutely hybrid keywords. I can throw them in video titles. I can throw them into video descriptions. I can throw them into video scripts. If you guys remember, I told you how YouTube scans scripts. Those are all, you know, kind of extremely hybrid and most popular keywords across the niche. So those are the kind of keywords you want to put. You don't want to put in this particular request keywords that would only belong to a video idea, right? So like, for example, YouTube automation with, sometimes I create videos with in-video AI, correct? So it's like a separate series on my channel about in-video AI. So YouTube automation with in-video AI would be a relevant tag for my channel because I do have like a video series with this AI tool, but it would not be the correct keyword to use in this particular request, in this particular prompt. Makes sense, cool. And just like that, we go from all of this to this. Really, like all of this within like seconds. It did actually take ChatGPT about like a minute probably to create this, but nonetheless, we go from all this madness to this nicely organized board or table. It does look a little small, but let's actually take a closer look at it. So I guess we can just copy it like this and go back to Google Sheets. So when you copy everything from ChatGPT, just select everything like this, making sure to start selecting from keyword, just like we did in the VidIQ, you know, following this format. Then just go to Google Sheets, Control A, then click on delete and just Control V. And just like that, you have 34 rows of just precise particular keywords. Now, I actually don't think that's right. Like there's just not enough keywords. So very few. I would like to have at least 50, 60, 70. So let's fix that. Let's go back to ChatGPT and actually tell it to, well, I'm gonna copy this prompt, and obviously it's not mandatory, but it's just my preference, and it's just will give you much more data to work with. So anyway, now I'm gonna go in and ask it to give me. So this is how the prompt looks after a slight modification. I really just added a bunch of more keywords. So YouTube course, YouTube automation course, how to start YouTube automation, all this, AI tools, full course is just a term I throw around on my channel. Also, yeah, full course is also, like, again, it's a term I started throwing around, and now I'm noticing on YouTube, now my competitors, but smaller channels, are now using this term. So you can just create your own terms, like, first of all, use your brand as a keyword, then you can just use particular words and just turn them also into your brand words, keywords, so to speak. You know, not a lot of people, I mean, I'm not saying I'm the first one to use full course, but people before would say full guide, you know, step by step, but I was one of the first in the AI niche to start using full course. And now, like, when people type in full course, all the videos that pop out are actually my videos, right? And then everybody else. So that's also a pro tip for you guys. And I also told it to give me at least 90 rows, but no more than 100, and best of the best keywords after all. Let's see what it does. In the meantime, I'm just gonna copy it into the Notion. So it looks like this. We're just gonna copy it, and so now we're gonna go to the Google Sheets again. I'm just gonna press Ctrl A, delete this, and paste our new board. Now we have exactly 87 rows, which is good enough. And to me, it looks like a good foundation. If I was to start over, like, it should give you a perfect illustration of what to do, where to go. First of all, I guess you would configure your channel tags. So, all right, so let's put our tags to action. First of all, go to your channel settings right here, settings, go to channel right here. So yeah, this is the first place where your tags are going to go into. Now go here, and now we used to sort by overall. Now let's actually, for the time being, sort by search volume. And honestly, for your channel tags, I would recommend to use this kind of a ratio. So 70% of the tags, or if not 80%, should be, like, if not 90% really, should be, so roughly 400 characters of these tags should be just straight up the most popular, the most searched for tags in your niche, right? So I'm not sure exactly how many it's going to be, but like, just copy paste them individually, starting from the first one until you reach 400 characters, maybe like 410. And then you could actually scroll down and just let's open it up a little bit. And then you can just actually look and kind of go with the feel, which of these tags could be good. So, right, so like or which one of these could be really like high quality results or super relevant to you. So for example, YouTube automation with AI free, not so relevant to me, because usually, like, in my tutorials, most of the tools are paid, because like they achieve higher quality. But like, anyway, that would not be the best kind of a tag for me. But what would be good is like YouTube automation full course, but without the review. Is it here? YouTube automation full course free. I mean, the course is free, so like, that would be a good keyword to apply to my channel. And even though it gets only 1,000 searches per month, those would be like a super high quality, high targeted searches, right? Like, I mean, you guys are probably the audience for these searches, right? Like, you would have to agree, no random person will ever search YouTube automation full course, right? Like, or, you know, YouTube automation channel startup, or YouTube automation business ideas. So again, do apply, like, if the absolute majority of the tags should be, again, just simply the most searched for. But yeah, again, do implement some of the smaller tags as well. And then you can just go ahead and actually, almost this exact tag set is what I'm using in my videos. So that's what you can do as well. And it's that simple. Now in the videos, also use the same formula. So whatever 400 tags you're going to end up using right here in this section, use the same 400 tags across all your videos. And then if you switch up topics or whatever changes in your videos, the remaining 100 characters can be, you know, used for new tags every time. So I'll show you an example in the context of my channel. So for example, these series, the how I make viral monetizable faceless YouTube videos, it's literally like this series that got me the most amount of views. So these videos always just take off and perform well. And so when I create these videos, I'm just extremely confident that they're gonna get views with this same tag like preset that I'm always using. And so, but for example, when I was making this video, like, I knew, you know, surely that I was gonna do lower views than usually, because, well, it's about like thumbnails with AI. It's really not what I usually create. And so if we go to the tags I used, we can see that, so obviously I used different tags. So for example, how to create thumbnails, but as you can see, there is still like tags that I use across the channel and across all the videos, like YouTube automation, faceless YouTube channel. So most of the tags are still consistent and predictable, even though they're not so related to the video, but they should be there still. All right. And obviously the remaining portion is completely different. So that's what I mean, that's kind of how it works. And so, but you should not, this was experimental. Don't think it's a normal practice. You should not do this. You should really figure out this format of yours and use the same tag package for that format across all the videos. That's the secret, right? Like that's the sauce. So yeah, again, even my channel, 80%, 90% of the videos they all come with the same tag preset, and yeah, that's the way to go about it. And so I guess I never really expressed it. I just had this thought right before I was about to finish this lesson. So really, that's really like what we were looking at is growth on YouTube. So like at the start, basically your task, as you're starting your channel, right, is think of all of these tags as it's like its own universe. It's like an ecosystem. All these tags, they're somehow connected to each other. If you're going to be ranking in one tag, chances are you're going to start ranking, or at least showing your presence and influence in other tags. And before you know it, your channel is going to be like interconnected within the YouTube's basically, because like your channel's name is especially is also a tag for YouTube's algorithm. Like AI guide to YouTube is just same as YouTube automation, right? It's just, those are just keywords. And so again, it's just super crucial to use consistent metadata across all your videos. And really your short-term goal is to start dominating this small ecosystem. Your goal is to start looking for these tags. So for example, we can copy, if I was to start over in YouTube automation, I go here and I search for YouTube automation. I see what people are doing, figure out what these people in these videos are doing. How can you stand out? How do you compete with them? Although I don't know if you can compete with these guys, anyway, figure out what you can do best and how to dominate this ecosystem. And once you do, I promise you, this is what's happening with my channel. Once you dominate this ecosystem, you just start exploding exponentially because, well, it's just how it goes. But it all starts with similar metadata. I cannot stress this enough because I see people following the same niche, but they don't use similar metadata, and they're just not growing the same way. And of course, besides just allowing YouTube to place your videos in the right niche, people are like actually actively searching for these terms on a daily basis. So not only your videos are going to be immediately recommended to the right people, but they're also going to be searched for and discovered via the search ranks. So that's crucial, and it's just an amazing thing that can happen naturally to your channel as you're starting out. That's the thing that should happen anyway. So that's the outro for this long lesson. It was arguably one of the most important lessons of this course. So do not take this for granted. Watch it 3, 5, 25 times if you have to. And really get accustomed with this list of keywords. Read through, memorize, because then unconsciously you're going to be just easily coming up with video ideas just because you're going to have memorized all these keyword variations and whatnot.